Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're trying to streamline your daily routine, and let's be real, who isn't, without sacrificing results, you've probably come across this wildly popular, yet honestly kind of mysterious facial routine from Midzi. Today, we're cutting through all the noise. We're going to unpack the exact aesthetic goals, the super bold time commitments, and the truly unexpected sensory experience that actually makes up this whole viral phenomenon.
Okay, let's dive into this. The absolute foundation of this entire routine comes down to just one single number, 7. You know, in our crazy busy modern world, time is literally our most precious commodity, right? We're constantly trying to optimize our schedules. So, 7 is the magic number being promised here.
7 minutes, that is, to a completely transformed facial profile. The appeal is absolutely undeniable. The source is boldly claiming that you don't need hours of dedication, you don't need a massive lifestyle overhaul for a significant physical transformation. Nope. You just need a tiny fraction of your morning.
All right, Section 1, targeting puffiness and fat.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer ambition of these physical goals. Derived directly from the source title, we are looking at a 4-pillar promise here. We've got reduce facial fat, cut down that puffiness, create a small face, and achieve a V-line. I mean, that is a tremendous amount of heavy lifting for a quick 7-minute session. It is precisely targeting very, very specific aesthetic concerns.
Moving right along, Section 2, the V-line aesthetic.
And this brilliantly illustrates the big prize. The V-line is basically the focal point of the routine's promises. Strictly within the context of Midzi's title, it's framed as the absolute pinnacle of this beauty trend, and it goes totally hand in hand with that whole concept of the small face. Basically, the routine is selling a very specific geometric ideal for your lower face and jawline.
So the crucial point is this really sharp contrast between the problem and the promised solution. You've got the before state, right? Unwanted facial fat and puffiness. Then you invest your 7 minutes, and the ultimate goal is to arrive at the after state, a small face and a beautifully sculpted V-line. This is essentially the entire narrative journey of the routine from start to finish.
Which brings us to Section 3, an atmospheric audio experience.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because honestly, here is where the source material takes a totally fascinating turn. When we actually look at the transcript of the routine, well, there is no rigorous, step-by-step vocal coaching. Instead, we find this wonderfully cryptic text. The audio is entirely nonverbal, just labeled simply as foreign. But then suddenly, right smack in the middle, is this completely unexpected, affectionate English phrase, thank you, baby. There are absolutely no detailed explanations of anatomical movements anywhere to be found.
Instead, the source just relies entirely on an atmospheric musical vibe. It's a purely rhythmic, non-verbal soundtrack. The routine guides you through this whole aesthetic transformation not with spoken instructions, but just with rhythm and energy. Actually, it's a beautifully minimalist approach, basically trusting the beat and the visual demonstration to do all the work.
So, what does this all mean for us? We've got these highly specific, ambitious physical promises, reducing fat, cutting puffiness, and sculpting a V-line, juxtaposed against this incredibly minimalist experience that literally just whispers, "Thank you, baby," amidst a driving rhythmic beat. Thank you so much for joining me today to unpack the exact framework of this wildly popular trend. It really leaves us with one final provocative thought to explore for yourself. Can just 7 minutes and a rhythmic soundtrack truly reshape your profile?